Let's talk about non-toxic slow cookers. You're really gonna have two kinds. You're either gonna have one that is like an earthenware or ceramic, and then you're also gonna have one kind that has a nonstick coating. So that nonstick coating is either going to be a ceramic nonstick or it's going to be Teflon, PTFE. Now, Teflon is definitely toxic, all right? Teflon is made out of PFAS, which are known as the toxic forever chemical. Teflon will break off in the form of tiny little microplastics, which you end up ingesting. And microplastics are now linked to lots of different forms of cancer, right? They also bioaccumulate in your body. There was a study that showed that men that had the worst sperm quality had the highest amount of Teflon and microplastics in their bodies. And it wasn't like this with any other type of plastic. However, I don't trust ceramic nonstick coatings either. The reason is that first of all, it's just another form of microplastic that you're ingesting. And like whenever you have a nonstick coating, you're going to end up consuming whatever that coating is made out of, right? And so considering that it's either going to be made out of Teflon, toxic, or like a nanoparticle based coating, those things have also shown to be hazardous to human health. I would just avoid. A big question I get is whether or not those ceramic slow cookers are also safe. Some slow cookers in the past were shown to have trace amounts of lead. All right. Now that lead was in the glaze. And just so you know, lead is highly prevalent in the soil, clay, and all of those kinds of materials, which is what ceramics are made out of. Now, manufacturers are way more careful about that now. Your crock pot now is not going to have lead. However, if you have one that's vintage, I wouldn't use that, right? That one probably does have lead. Your best bet for a non-toxic slow cooker are going to be things like this. Brands like this, okay? These have been tested and proven to be lead-free, not to mention they don't have a nonstick coating. I love anything that is stainless steel. There are some really awesome stainless steel kinds out there. However, there's one kind that I would not recommend, and this kind kept coming up when I was searching for stainless steel slow cookers, and I looked at that price tag and I was like, whoa, that's really expensive. And that's because that bottom element, it's less than $150, but it's that top part that's really expensive. And then I was like, what the heck? That's just a stainless steel pot, like $100 more expensive than the same pot you would get from All-Clad, which is super high quality. So again, don't get this, but not because it's toxic, but because it's a big waste of money. I do believe you can use this bottom heating element. It doesn't have to only be used with the pan that comes with it. This might be the best like savings because you could use it with different pots. Here's some really great brands of non-toxic slow cookers.